Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. It has been a while since I did a face-to-face video. I promised to introduce you to my very first pet and tell you a little bit about it. So as a child, I was never allowed to have pets. We once had a fish pond, but then I was very little and my sister was allowed to have a hamster, and that's all we had. I always wanted to have a pet, but I actually always wanted to have a dog. But at the moment, a dog is not really an option because it needs a lot of time. You have to walk with the dog a few times a day, and that's just not something I can do at the moment. Ben always wanted to have a cat, which was not an option because I was scared of cats. So we just kinda decided to not have any pets. So why do I have a pet now? I'm gonna tell you the whole story behind it. So my sister has two cats. She has two Bengal cats and wanted to have a third one. So she went on the internet and looked for Bengal cats who needed a new home. And there she saw a silver Bengal cat. She visited the cat and they had to give the cat up because it was bullied by the other cats. So the cat had a lot of wounds and scratches on her, so my sister felt so bad for her that she took her home. Although my sister realized very quickly that the cat was not right for her cat, she still took the cat home. And this was in the end of February this year. I cannot really pronounce this word. Anyways, she took this cat home. Apparently it smelled like poop and pee, so she washed the cat. The cat had scratches all over her body. I came home from work and wanted to have a look at the cat. My sister was already very sure that she did not want to have the cat because she just thought that it would not work out with her cats. Which it didn't, but actually you need to spend time to introduce new cats to each other, so she didn't really do that. But anyways, I went to her home and she had to separate the cats because they would fight. So she had this new cat in the bathroom and there we played with the cat. I told my boyfriend Ben that there was this cat, and my boyfriend was like super in love with the cat. He was like, if your sister doesn't take the cat, I'm gonna take it. It's so cute. It's a perfect cat for me. I fell in love with her. So Ben came over to my sister very late at night because he had some after dinner drinks, I think, and he fell in love with the cat. I also have a few clips of that day where the cat was in my sister's hand for only a few hours. I don't know if you can see it very well, but she has a lot of scratches on her body. It's more a thing you were able to feel than see. She also had a scratch in her eye, so you can probably see in the footage that she cannot really open one of the eyes very well. So at that point we decided to just take her home, just to give her a few days to recover from all her wounds and all the stress. And then we would give her back to my sister to give it another try, but just with a healthier cat. So we took the cat for the weekend. I was like so sure that the cat would destroy my decoration stuff, that the cat would destroy my curtains, and I could be like, see, I cannot have a cat. But the cat was actually very awesome the whole weekend. She behaved very well. She was such a sweetheart. At first it was hard to touch her because she probably wasn't that used to it, so she wouldn't really stay with us very long. I can also show you footage of that that period of time.
Schau, jetzt macht es mit der Kleinen so, das machen kann es nicht. Kannst du nicht so gehen? Ja, ich weiß. Yeah.
So after staying with us for 2 days or 3 days, we gave the cat back to my sister that she can try it again with her cat, which was the original plan. It was not that hard for me to give the cat back to my sister, but it was very hard for Ben because he already fell in love with this cat so badly. We also gave her a name on this weekend because her name was like, it had like 3 words and it was just not really a cat name. It was a very long name. Ben wanted to give her a Japanese name, so he went on Google and then we went for Miu. So the cat's name is Miu. We went back to our sister's place, gave the cat back, and then my sister tried it for a few days. I feel like my sister was already from the beginning, she knew it was not right for her cats, so that Miu was not right for my sister's cat, so I don't think she really wanted to give it a try. So after a week, the question was whether she should give the cat back to her previous owner, which was an option, because it's not that rare that cats don't get along with each other, so she had the option to give the cat back. The other option was that we keep the cat. The decision was all mine because Ben, he wanted the cat. So I had to decide if I want to commit myself to get a cat or not. And this was such a hard decision. So I thought about it very much. It was so hard for me because I actually still was afraid of cats. I never had a pet really, so I didn't know if I could commit to look after an animal for such a long time. And also, if we decided to get the cat, we had to discuss to get another cat because that would probably just be better for her. So it was so much to take in for me, and Ben had cats when he was younger, so he kind of knew what he was getting himself into, but I didn't, so it was very hard to decide for me. In the end, it was a mixture between Ben always wanted to have a cat. I always kind of resented my mom for always saying no to us when we wanted to get a pet, so I didn't want to be that person to Ben. So one of the reasons was that I wanted him to have a cat, which was his dream for such a long time. After we told Ben's mom that we got a cat, Ben's mom told us that she knew that Ben would get a cat at some point. She just knew it because he always wanted to have a cat. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to keep the cat. The second reason was that when we would give the cat back, the cat would go through a lot of stress, and there was no guarantee that someone will take the cat who would take better care of her than we do. So I'm not a cat expert at all, but we try to give her so much love, and it would just make me feel so sad if I imagined that someone would get her who would not give her that much love, or that someone would get her where she would be bullied again by other cats. So that was a second reason to keep her. But I was still not sure, so I actually took my phone on the last day where I had to decide, and I called some of my friends, and of all of the friends I called, the result was pretty much all the friends who had animals their whole life, they said just go for it. And those friends who didn't have any animals or any pets like I did said, are you sure you want to commit to something like that? So I think if you never had a pet like I did, it's pretty hard to commit to this. There I was telling Ben, okay, let's keep her. We went upstairs to the apartment, put the cat in there, and we have to park the car a bit farther away because we live in a place where you cannot really have any cars. So usually Ben does that, but I really needed just a moment for myself because it was so overwhelming, because now there was no going back. The weekend before it was like we had her, it was fun, but I could give her back, but then we couldn't. I took the car, I went to park it, and like for a moment I felt like I'm gonna faint, and what did I do? I just committed to such a huge thing, and I parked the car, walked home, and I came home. I don't know, I think I didn't cry, but it was just so overwhelming to be responsible for a pet. It may sound that I'm doing a big deal out of it, but it is kind of a big deal. It's a living animal. You have to spend time with it, you have to play with it, you have to look after it, you have to take it to the vets. If you want to go to holidays, you need someone to look after it. So it is quite a commitment. So I came home and Ben, I think he knew how I felt, so he hugged me, and that was like the last time I felt that way. And I was glad that I was done deciding. So at that point I knew, okay, now I said yes, now I'm gonna focus my energy towards buying her things and just make the apartment more cat appropriate. It has been a month since we had her. She's been so sweet. At first I was still very scared of her because I just was scared of cats all my life. If you'd like to know more about my fear of cats and how I overcame it, or think I overcame it, I can do a separate video on that. But I'm not scared of her anymore. In the beginning, sometimes I was so scared that I told Ben, like, okay, please close the door, please close the door. I cannot be in the room with the cat because I was so scared. But now I know that she's so sweet and I don't have to be scared. The vet actually told us that she might be a cat which cannot live with another cat. But Ben and I are actually looking for a second cat which needs a new home. We're looking for a few weeks now. It's not that easy because we don't wanna buy a kitten. We wanna adopt a cat which is a bit older and needs a new home. So, you know, there are just so many cats out there, and since I was very scared of cats, I'm very specific about the cats I wanna have. So yeah, it's not that easy to find a second cat, but that's definitely our goal, to give her a little friend, that she's not alone anymore. We go sometimes to my sister's home, so she sees other cats sometimes, but yeah, it's different to have a companion at home. And also she's a house cat. That has various reasons. One is that we live at a place where it's just not possible to let her out. There are streets all over here, and it's just dangerous. If we move to a place which is more remote, it's definitely an option to let her out, but at the moment it isn't. So I talked a lot about the cat. I'm sure you want to see how she looks like, so I'm just gonna grab her for you. Here's the cat. She doesn't like to be held that much. She likes to cuddle, but not likes to be held that much. She is 15 months old. I actually already made her an Instagram channel. I know it's a bit crazy, so if you'd like to check it out, it's @miumiunyan. I'm also gonna link her Instagram in the description box below if you'd like to see. Miu. She's like in escape mode. She wanna escape. So yeah, that was the story of my very first pet. I'm still learning a lot. It has been a journey, but it has been a very great journey. It's so nice to come home and have this little cat waiting for you. She's so sweet. So let me know if you'd like to see a video on how I got scared of cats, why I was scared of cats, and yeah, how I overcame my fear of cats. Let me know if you found this video interesting, and if you did, give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Meow! Meow! She's so sweet! For those of you guys who do not know this cat breed, she's so cute. This is a Bengal cat. This is a hybrid between a house cat and a Asian leopard cat, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why they have this wild looking features. I don't know if you can tell, but on her body she has a lot of scratch marks from the other cats, so some parts of the fur is a bit missing. And she also has scars. Like one of them you can see in the face a little bit. Here is one. There's one like next to the eye. Sometimes I think she's not a cat but a monkey. I'm not sure. Uh-oh. Whoops! Gotcha! Ja, Miu, kom. Miu. Here, can you see the scratch? Here. Yeah, you can see it. That's the scratch. And she has scars all over her body. Also, Bengals do not shed a lot of hair, so if she's stressed out or she's scared, she sheds hair, but usually she doesn't really shed a lot of hair, which is great